It was the week of July 4th, 2023, when at least 17 Clark County School District employees flew to Miami, where they stayed for 5 days at the Holiday Inn Oceanfront Hotel. There was no job fair or education convention. The district created its own hiring event, holding 2 recruiting sessions over 2 half days amid the nearly week-long trip. The district confirms only 2 people showed up, and neither filled out an application. The trip cost nearly $40,000, most of which came from the federal pandemic-era elementary and secondary school emergency relief, or ESSER fund.
Was that a successful expense of tax dollars and employee time?
Well, obviously it wasn't, but I can tell you this, in the state of Florida, teachers are under attack by the governor, by the legislature, so why not go out and recruit where we can try to find, teachers to come.
The U.S. and Nevada Departments of Education may provide the answer to that question. When we first reported this story in December, we asked the feds if recruitment travel was an appropriate use of those COVID relief dollars. They sent us a 97-page document with a reference on one specific page saying the funds can be spent to stabilize the educator workforce, but it doesn't define what that means. Now, the Nevada Department of Education says it's currently evaluating the criteria and allowability requirements for ESSER funding requests of this nature. The state is working with the feds, providing documentation about the program approval process after conducting its own research into the use of these funds. Without saying what they found, the state said it did share findings with the feds on January 30th, the day after our second story aired about CCSD's use of federal pandemic aid dollars to send staff on trips to recruit teachers at beach vacation spots.
I think that's absolutely insane.
Former school board trustee Danielle Ford.
I think that the public deserves to know every single cent that was spent, who it went to, why that decision was made, and whether or not there was a return on investment for them.
Obviously, we didn't get a return on what we wanted, so we got to relook at an ROI. But to me, we have to continue to looking and go to places where the public education is not supported.
Another place CCSD went looking was Waikiki Beach in Hawaii, where Jara says educators are living in poverty. District staff traveled twice to the island of Oahu last year to recruit teachers. Total cost for the 2 trips was just over $22,000, again, primarily coming from federal COVID relief funds.
You approved those Hawaii
Absolutely.
trips?
Absolutely.
Were those successful?
Well, I don't know what the return was.
The district says 100 candidates showed up at the September event it created. 2 resumes were collected and 3 were recommended for hire. When asked about the new federal inquiry, CCSD said the Nevada Department of Education gave pre-approval to use ESSER funds for the Miami and Hawaii trips. The district sent a statement which says in part, funds have been budgeted for HR recruitment travel out of district to fund 8 recruiters and 4 district principal ambassadors to travel to major metropolitan areas to conduct job fairs to recruit educators to come and teach in Clark County School District. The COVID-19 pandemic had a critical negative impact on education staffing, leaving Clark County with an even higher vacancy rate than it was already experiencing prior to the pandemic. The state says while the use of federal funding is an allowable expense for teacher recruitment and retention, each school district is responsible for following their own policies and procedures regarding recruitment and retention. Darcy Spears, 13 Investigates.